Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one. Spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Spirituality. Oh, now we get real. Get down, really. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Real good. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Time to get real.
Time to get real, time to get honest, time to talk about what's going on in your life. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. I'm your host, Rebecca Lynn Norrington, and as usual, I'm so excited and so happy to be here with you. This show means, in fact, this month, August, beginning of August, I think it was August 7th, it's 3 years since I've been hosting Reality Spirituality. And this show, just like me, just like you, it's not the same. 3 years ago, listen, I couldn't put together two sentences. I looked at my watch and I said, oh, my God, I have a half hour on the air? Believe me, I started off with 15 minutes, and I had to stretch to get to 15 minutes. But that's not even the biggest change. The biggest change is who I am as a person, who I am today. And let me tell you, we're all on this journey. We're all on this journey of growth. We're all on this journey to evolve. We're all on this journey to grow, evolve, and share what we've learned in whatever way that looks like. I used to want to put a definition. Okay, so I'm going to share everything that I've learned, all my wisdom in a book or a radio show or a television. And no, I don't know how I'm going to share. I don't know how many people I'm going to touch. I don't know how many people I'm going to influence. And quite frankly, honestly, it used to be a big deal. It used to be a big deal to me. I want to, the millions around the world, I've got something to say. Well, I do have something to say, my dear audience, but I've given up being attached to how many. I've given up being attached to how I'm going to share or what I'm going to share, because what I know without a shadow of a doubt is that whenever a person, I'm really talking about myself, whenever it's time for me to get a lesson, or for me to have a revolution, or for me to have an aha moment, or for me to actually be different, it's going to happen. I am not in my way. I don't have any blocks. I don't have any, this blocking. Oh, I've got blocks. I don't believe that. Now, some people do, and that's okay. I don't believe I'm blocked from anything. I believe that the universe makes no mistakes and is right on time. I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm exactly where I should, and I don't use that word should, but I'm exactly where I should be right in this moment. I can't speed it up. I can't slow it down. I can't make it happen, and I cannot stop it from happening. Today is going to be really special, but because we're going to talk about two topics. One is embracing uncertainty, being able to jump off the cliff, being able to jump off Mount Everest and know and trust that the universe has your back, that the universe is catching you, that the universe is actually guiding you and will take you and fly with you, and you will soar, and you will not be harmed in any way. That's a lot of trust, and that's a lot of surrendering. So we're going to talk about that, embracing life's uncertainty and embracing not knowing. Uncertainty means not knowing anything, not knowing the next moment, not knowing the moment after that, not even, wanting to know. What? Not even wanting to know. The second thing that we're going to talk about is relationships, and I had a revelation. This week about my relationship with my mother. Now, if you've been a long-time listener, you know that it's been a whole journey of struggle. She disinherited me, blah, blah, blah. I didn't see her for 5 years. Talked to her every day. I saw her last year for the first time in 5 years. And let me tell you something. It has turned into a love fest. It has turned into a whole lovey-dovey, mushy relationship. But even though I talk to her every day, and even though I tell her I love her every day, I still had a problem with the relationship. And I'm going to share with you what that problem was, because this light bulb went on. Actually, it wasn't a light bulb. I got a message from my soulmate, who really, when I say soulmate, I define soulmate as somebody in my life. Could be male, could be female, it doesn't matter. A soulmate to me, this is my definition of a soulmate, is someone who wants me to grow, is someone who wants the best for me, whether they're in my life or whether they're not in my life. They want whatever is best for me, my growth, my evolution. They love me unconditionally. I'm accepted without judgments. I'm never criticized. I'm always encouraged. I'm always reminded of who I am. I am a physical extension of the universe, and so are you, my dear audience. And there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing you need to fix. There's nothing you need to do. You are perfection. And that's what my soulmate reminds me of, and that's what we talk about. We talk about changing. We talk about growth. Our relationship wasn't the same. I've known him, 16 years now, and this is where we are right now. Because, quite frankly, in the beginning, there was a lot of judgments. There was a lot of pointing fingers. There was a lot of arguing. There was a lot of everything that goes on in a relationship. But today, it's different. And he shared something with me, because I can't take all the credit, damn it. Even though I don't even want to take credit. I can't take all the credit. He shared with me, he gave me one sentence that changed the relationship that I have with my mother forever. Woo. For my new listeners, this show, Reality Spirituality, and I'm going to get to all my callers. I have a few callers in the queue, so I will get to you. And this is Ask Rebecca Anything, and you can call in live at area code 646-564-9619, 646-564-9619 to Ask Rebecca, anything. That's why I'm here. I'm the spiritual Dear Abby, if you will. I am a happiness specialist. And what does that mean, happiness specialist? Well, for me, it means prioritizing happiness, making happiness my one and my only goal. And when I say happy, I'm not talking about, I won the lottery. I'm happy. I moved to that house on the hill overlooking the ocean and the forest right on Carmel, which, that's where I really want to land. or, think about it. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a feeling, an energy that I put out, an energy of I'm okay, I am at peace, I am content, regardless of what happens and regardless of what doesn't happen. I am at peace, I am content, I am happy, I am okay with whatever happens and whatever doesn't happen. That's how I define happiness. Can you imagine living like that? I mean, that's, to me, is heaven on earth. And this show, Reality Spirituality, on for 3 years now, what I do here is focus on common, everyday life experiences. Everything that happens to us, everything that happens to me has a link, has a connection with the universe, has a connection with spirituality, has a connection with the energy that creates worlds. I don't even care if you're sitting down looking at television, if you're sitting at the bus stop waiting for the bus to come, if you're having a conversation with a coworker, if you're standing in line at the supermarket, if you're traveling on the road and somebody cuts you off. It doesn't matter. A relationship with it doesn't matter. Everything that happens, everything, every moment is a moment to connect or, as I say, disconnect from the universe. What does it mean to connect? There is a feeling. There is a feeling of being at peace when you feel connected. I mean, everybody has these moments where they feel the greatest connection. It's undefinable and it's indescribable, this feeling of being at peace with life. And those moments, for me, happen more often. I used to have them, I don't know, once a year or once every 6 months. I don't even remember. But having more of those moments, living connected with the universe, is quite frankly the only way I want to live. There is a difference. I can feel being plugged in and unplugged. I can feel being connected and disconnected. And when I'm connected, I know I live with my shoulders down. I'm not concerned with tomorrow. I'm not consumed with the future. I don't have goals. When I say I don't have goals, I act on. When I act, I'm acting because I'm inspired to act, not because I need to or I should or this is on my list of things to do. I let my inspiration, I let my intuition be my only guide. I allow my intuition, I allow my inspiration to take over. I let the universe drive, if you will. Picture you're in this huge Rolls Royce or Bentley, and you're in the back seat, and the universe is driving. And that's my favorite place to be. Now, listen, there are times when I'm in the back seat and I try to take over and, excuse me, universe, excuse me, I'd like to drive. I'd like to turn left here. And the universe is saying, well, but no, we want you to turn right. No, I need to turn left here right now. And anytime that happens, which is another way to say resisting. Anytime I resist, anytime I try to take that steering wheel, there's a different feeling. And if I do have a goal, if I do have a want, if I do have a desire, is to allow the universe to control, to drive, to be in charge of everything that happens. Now, the universe is in charge of everything that happens to me, but am I allowing that? Am I surrendering to it all? Those are the questions. We have a couple of callers, and I want to get to the callers because some people are so patient waiting. And I'm going to go right to the callers and go to area code 313, prefix 346.
Hi.
Spirituality, what is your first name? Welcome to the show.
Thank you, honey. How are you?
I'm doing well. What's your name?
Sherelle.
Sherelle. Hold on a second. I got to write that down because I don't want to forget it. Sherelle.
Yes.
Welcome, Sherelle. What's going on in your life?
Okay. I was wondering, do you see my mom getting better? And she keep a lot of stuff to herself. And she was just telling me last night that she was going blind in one eye. And I was just saying that if you see her getting better with her health, or do you see just anything changing within herself?
What a great question.
Yeah.
Now, my answer is going to be directed at you because you're the one that calls, and you called for a reason, and I'm going to say that you called for you. You want answers. And what I do see changing is, and what I do feel is you changing your perspective about what's happening with your mother.
Yes. This is her second time holding something serious back from us and the family. And when she told me that, it hurts me. I don't know what to do.
Okay, well, what do you do? Well, listen, there is nothing to do. See, I was raised with this, okay, something's quote unquote wrong, now I have to fix it. Something's wrong, now I have to fix it. How can I help? What can I do to make it better? What can I do to change this reality? And let me share a story with you, and I'll get back to, you specifically, but a really quick story. My father died in 2008. But before he died, my dear Sherelle,
mm-hmm.
he had an illness. It was called hydrocephalitis, which is it's the same as Alzheimer's, except for with Alzheimer's, people tend to forget everything about you. They don't even know who you are. But my father
mm-hmm.
always recognized me, and my father always knew who I was, and my father was always knew, my face and my name. But what happened was he could not take care of himself. He had to go to an adult daycare center. And let me tell you something. This was a man who was strong, took care of the family, number one breadwinner, macho, very, very smart man, very successful by man's definition of success. Very forward. And so, but what happened with this disease, however, what my father was not able to do was to look me in the eye and say, I love you, hold my hand and say, you're special, you're smart. All of the things that a daughter wants to hear, it's because of his generation. He wasn't raised with all that touchy-feely, mushy stuff, so he couldn't do it. But when he got this disease, all of those walls, all of those, because I say that he was doing all that to protect his heart, all of those things fell away. And what I got was a man who couldn't feed himself, who who couldn't walk, who couldn't. But what I got was a man who could look me in the eye and tell me that he loved me. And he could tell me that I was special. And he could tell me that I was the greatest. So his disease, for the way I looked at it, was a blessing. It was a blessing. And I had to change my perspective as to think about what's wrong with this, what's wrong with what he's going through, and think about what's right about it and what's good about it, what's good about him experiencing this. And I can say that he was at peace. He didn't have to worry about bills. He didn't have to worry about working. He didn't have to worry about being in pain. All he did was
suffer.
Yeah, he was listening to music. He was singing. He loved to sing. He was singing, listening to music. I mean, every time you saw him, he was singing. He was happy. He was always happy. And so I just wanted to share that with you. It's a different perspective that instead of looking at your mother, and I know it's hard, honey, and especially when you're in the moment, but looking at it with different eyes in a different way.
Yeah, but she went to the doctor, and they told her that they gave her some antibiotics or some other medicine, and she said it's doing better. It's going to clear up.
Okay.
But she didn't want to tell us. I said, well, Mom, why you always keep everything that's serious away from us? She said, because she don't like fuss or worry.
Well, see, and there you go. See, you're asking your mother why doesn't she want to. We're all so different. We're all different, and you have to accept her the way she is, and you have to accept her the information that she wants to share with you and what she doesn't want to share. She thinks that she's doing the best thing for herself and for you. She really does.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yes.
So what's wrong with that?
No, it's just the area we live in also. It's a bad area we live in, and it just changed her whole demeanor, her attitude. And like I keep telling my mom, you better than this. You better than this. But I don't know what else. I mean, maybe if we moved somewhere else, she'd change and get herself more on the right track. Because the area we live in is really just horrible, really, really horrible.
And so, how old is your mother and how old are you?
I'm 20 and my mom is 41.
Okay. And does your mother want to move?
Yes, but it's just the finances, and she's not able to work. She's disabled. And I have an older sister also. And my sister's 22 or 23, I believe. And she has a little baby.
Well, what I'm feeling from you is what you're focusing on. What you're focusing on, and this might be a little, but it's just the truth. What you're focusing on is what's wrong. You're focusing on a lot of what's wrong, right?
Yes.
And so when we focus on what's wrong, then we're going to be in the state that you're in. I mean, I could feel your energy, and your energy is not light. Your energy is, a little heavy. And you're because of your focus. And one of the things that we can do, our perspectives can be changed in a second. You can change your perspective and you can change your focus and focus on what is good about where you are right now as opposed to what's wrong about where you are right now. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so give me 3 things that are good about where you are right now with you and your mother. Give me 3 things right now that are good.
That we still live in. We have a roof over our head, and that we have clothes and everything on our back. And we have food to eat. This kind of moment.
Give me something else, because that was an easy answer. Everybody says we have food and clothing and shelter. Go a little bit deeper, my dear Sherelle. Go a little bit deeper. Come on now.
Okay. Well, me and my mom, we have a good relationship. And we have a good relationship. And I'm just thankful for everything that I have at this moment. And just, I don't know. It's just hurtful. I can't even answer your question.
Well, that's your assignment. That's your assignment for this week. Your assignment for this week is to, I'm just breathing a little bit because it's not, listen, it's easy for me to, sit here and say, think about the good, think about the good. But in reality, what I really want to say is, do you think that your mother and your sister, do you think that you are helping your mother with this energy of focusing on what's wrong, or would it be more helpful to her focusing on the gifts that you all have, gifted things? I mean the gifts that you have, the ones that you just mentioned. I mean, if I call my mother, or if I'm around my mother, and I'm, or if I'm around my mother and I'm a bright light, and I shift my energy to be just more accepting and more allowing, then do you think that's going to have an effect on your mother, a positive effect on your mother?
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. When I sit down to meditate, and I try to send healing energy to her, I ask my grandma, to help me bring her hands and with mine, and when I massage her legs, and send some type of healing energy in her. So when I was massaging her yesterday, Shrub, that feels so good. That feels so good. I said, Ma, I have healing hands. And she's like, this just feels so good, and it just put a smile on my face.
Oh my goodness, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my God, my dear. Yeah. And do you see how simple that is?
Yes.
You just brought so much joy to your mommy, and quite frankly, just by that statement, you just brought a big energy shift within me too. What a great story! So let's do some more of that.
Okay.
In other words, the stuff that we're talking about, what I'm searching and looking for, has nothing to do with anything that money can buy, including being in another place. You can find heaven where you are. Even though you're saying, and I get what you're saying, in a neighborhood, in a quote unquote bad neighborhood. I don't like to use labels, but you can find heaven in that neighborhood. In fact, not only find heaven, listen to this, my dear Sherelle, you can be the example of heaven in that neighborhood. You can uplift that neighborhood just by being that bright and just by doing what you just did with your mother. Do you feel that?
Yes.
So give me another good story like that. Come on, I want to hear another one. I need another story. Yeah. See, Listen, just the fact that you're doing a little giggle and a little laugh and you're a lot lighter, that's where the universe needs you to be.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying you need to be there all the time because we're all human, but that's where the universe really wants you to be, because you are the one that is connected. You are the one that feels. You are the one that has this intuition. You are the one. You are the most powerful energy in that house. And quite frankly, you're the most powerful energy in that neighborhood. We're waiting for you. We're waiting for you to be bright and to shine your brightness on us.
Yes.
That's right.
Times when I leave for work, give her a kiss on her cheek and say, Mom, I love you. Have a good day. Then I call her and tell her I made it to work. And just call, just see how her day going. I give her a hug and, hi, daughter. She's like, thank you. I needed this.
We all need you to be there, Sherelle. We all need you to be right where you just described. The world needs you to be right where you described. And don't think that you're just in that neighborhood and in that home and not changing the world. Because when your vibration, when your personal vibration shifts, the world shifts. The world shifts. You just shifted way over here. I got chills. I don't know where you are, but I'm in California, and I got chills all the way over here.
Wow, I'm in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay. Detroit.
Yeah.
What's up, Detroit? Shout out to Detroit. So, see, you shifted. I mean, I actually got chills just by what you said. And it's not even what you said. It's your vibration. It's your energy of how you said it. You were all into love. You were all expressing the universe. You were the example of the universe right in that moment. And I could feel it. So we need you to be the leader over there. We need you to take that Detroit and let's walk down the streets, honey, and share it. I mean, hello? Uh-oh, we lost the call. That was a lot of energy there. Hello? She's gone. But wasn't that a great call? I say it was a great call. That was a beautiful call. Okay. Now we're going to go, and again, you can call in. It's Ask Rebecca Anything, and the number to call in is area code 646-564-9619, area code 646-564-9619. I have a few people in the queue, but everybody doesn't want to talk, so you can ask your question in the chat room, or you can just punch number 1 when you're on the phone, and then you'll be connected to ask me a question. Okay, so our topic again, one of the things we're talking about before we got that beautiful call was defining our relationships. And defining our relationships, let me share a story with you. I have, listen, I'm the same as all of you, my dear audience. I am no different. Oh, hold on a second. We have a caller that wants to ask me a question, and I always go to the callers first. Area code 631, prefix 909. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. What's your first name?
Hi, this is Sue, and this is my first time calling. I don't know if you do readings or what you do.
Oh, I love first-time callers. Well, what I do, this is exactly what I do. I am a self-proclaimed happiness specialist, okay, which means that my priority is happiness. So what I do when people call and ask questions is to assist you with finding the truth of what's going on in your life and then finding peace and happiness with that. So what is going?
All right. Well, thank you anyway.
Hello? Oh, Jesus! Yikes! I love when that happens. Oh, my goodness. So I guess she was really attached to or expected readings. Now, let me share with my listeners, I don't do readings or future, okay, what's going to happen to me in the future? What do you see for me? Am I going to get the job? Am I not going to get the job? Am I going to be healthy? And I don't do that because I cannot pretend that I know what's going to happen in the future. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Now, maybe there's some people that have gifts and they can, but I don't. But what I can share with you is what's going on in your life right now. Give you answers to how to create more peace, how to create more happiness in your life right now. That's what I do. Back to my story. And you know what? I have to say this. When people call and hang up on me or get angry or whatever, they're not really angry at me. They're in their own thing and they're just whatever it is. I'm not even going to sit up there and say, well, they're angry. No, not even going to do that. Whatever they're going through. When people call and give me an energy of, screw you, I mean, it actually makes me laugh because one of the essential things that you have to be if you want to be happy and you prioritize happiness is you cannot take anything personally. Nothing that anyone says, nothing that anyone does is personal. Trust me on that, my dear audience, because believe me, I spent decades and decades of taking this shit personally, taking this life so seriously. And when I take things personally, I'm feeling a personal slight. I'm feeling a personal, what is it? Personal, what's the word am I looking? What word am I? Well, everybody hung up on me, so I can't even ask my listeners for help. A personal, whatever it is. I can't take anything personally. Their energy, other people's energy, has nothing to do with you. I used to blame people. I used to point my finger, and I'm actually pointing my finger right now away from me. It's your fault that I'm mad. It's your fault that I'm angry. You hurt my feelings. Oh, you called me. You said you were going to call. You said we were, and you didn't. Oh, you're so inconsiderate. Oh, name it. Name it, and I blamed it. And what I discovered on this journey is that I'm the one with all the power. I'm the one that is in charge, that is in control of my energy. Nobody has an effect on my energy. That is a myth. That is okay, I'm going to use this word, it's strong. That is a lie. No one can make you angry. No one can make you sad. No one can bring you up. No one can bring you down. Now, you can believe it, and then you can believe it, and it will always be true. But I'm here to tell you, I've done the work. I've done the research. I've discovered that no one can insult me, can offend me, can make me happy, can make me sad. No one. It's my job, my responsibility. So let's get back. Oh, hold on a second. Back to this. Hold on a second. Is that you, Sherelle, calling back?
Yes, did we drop out?
You know what? You did drop out, but that's okay. That's okay, honey, because
I'm sorry.
No. It was a great lesson because I was explaining to my listeners that nothing happens that is personal. Nothing happens that is serious. Everything is happening in order, and we don't have, you can't blame anybody for how you feel. You really can't. But I really want to thank you for your call, and I want to thank you for sharing with the audience
And thank you.
Just you.
Aww.
Yeah. Yeah.
I try to be the best person I can be, and it's just the type of person I am. I'm the type of person that want to change the whole world around.
Well, okay. Well, there you go.
I
want
to see everybody happy, not stressed, and I go through life and not be miserable. And I just like to see everyone happy.
Listen, my dear Sherelle, and let me say this. First of all, do you have a bird?
No.
What is that noise that could beep, 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 beep?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my fire alarm. I think we need to change the batteries.
Oh, no, that's okay, that's okay. But I thought it was the bird, but what I wanted to say was when you change, the world changes. Got it?
Yes.
So when you change, the world changes. And it's just very simple. When you have that energy, the energy that you're feeling now, that lightness, then everyone around you is going to feel that.
Yeah, some people get jealous and stung by it. I think some people is jealous of how I come up and how I'm so bubbly and have a bright spirit. And they try to close that down, especially at my workplace. They be trying to close it down. And you cannot do that because I'm always going to be happy and have the little bubbly personality I have and embrace it.
Well, let's say this. We don't know if anybody's jealous, and we don't know if anybody's trying to do that. That's your perception, because I don't know. And it's not that they're trying to. Well, this is what I'm saying. Sometimes misery likes company. That is true. If somebody is upset and somebody is angry and somebody's miserable and somebody's negative, yes, they want company. But that has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with you. So you just keep marching on and being your wonderful, bubbly, happy self. Right?
Yes.
And I want to thank you for calling. I'm going to go to another caller, but thank you so much for sharing. And I know that we connected, and I know that we got I know that we both shifted energies today. Thank you for that.
Yes. You are.
Ooh, so we're going to go to another caller, area code 561. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. What's your first name?
Hi there. How are you? This is Lena from Florida.
Hi, your name was Rena?
Lena.
Lena with an L?
Yeah.
Hi, Lena. How are you? What's going on?
I just started a job yesterday, and I am just not really sure about it, and I want to see what you see about this. I'm going to continue to look, but I'm not really sure if this is going to pan out for me. But I took it because I need to make some money.
Okay. Now, first of all, thank you for calling, and thank you for being just thank you for being you and being honest. One of the things I feel from you is you have this gift. You have this gift, this intuitive gift, but you're not trusting it. That's number one, and we're going to get back to that. And number two, this is one of the things that the topic is today, and it's about the future moments. I like to call it uncertainty. The next moment is uncertain. I don't care if I'm if I'm in the shower. The next moment, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? The water might go off. So what I'm saying is, there are no certain moments. There are no certain moments ever. And one of the topics today is, and I'm loving that you're calling, because one of the topics is uncertainty and embracing and being okay with uncertainty. That's number one. How does that, when I say embracing uncertainty, it's like getting on the top of a cliff and then just jumping off and being okay and knowing that you're going to be you're not going to hit the ground and splat and that would be over. Being okay with falling, because uncertainty is just like falling into a place where we don't know what's going to happen. So how okay are you with uncertainty? You, Lena, as a person.
Well, I've had to live with uncertainty for the past 3 months. I've been living out of my car, so I've been taking every one day at a time.
Okay, but are you, what I'm saying is, are you, and it sounds like it doesn't, I know this is going to sound really crazy, okay?
I don't like uncertainty. I don't like feeling insecure. I don't like knowing what's going to happen next.
Okay, now I can help you. Now you're being wonderful and being honest, and now I can help you. Just by you saying you don't like being okay with uncertainty. I don't know about you, my dear Lena, but for me, the universe is always throwing at me, okay, this is, I'm just giving you a little personal insight. The universe is always throwing shit at me that they know that I don't like. I mean, certain things that I don't like, that's exactly what I get. I don't know, does that happen to you? Yeah, exactly. There you go. Now you're laughing. Exactly. I mean, I could give you tons of examples of, let's see, I'm trying to think of something really specific that I don't like. Okay. Oh, Jesus. I mean, even admitting it, I don't care because I'm an open book here. But I don't like people that ask questions that they already know the answers to. I know that sounds crazy, but don't ask me a question that you already know. In other words, quote-unquote, stupid questions. I mean, it sounds a little goofy, but I hate stupid questions. And there's other things. I'm trying to think of something else really good.
Well,
that's even more. What?
I said people like to test you, too. That's why they ask you questions, I think.
Yes. But I don't like being tested, Lena. I don't like it. And guess what the universe does to me? Guess what the universe does, Lena, my dear Lena?
Brings you tests.
Yeah, he keeps throwing stupid questions in my face. Every chance I get, I turn around every corner and there's another stupid question with another person testing me. So the more that I say I don't like it and the more I resist it, the more it keeps happening.
Exactly.
So what I want, and because I can feel you. I'm getting chills now. I can feel you. So really, this is just between me and you. Hopefully nobody's listening. It's time for you to surrender. Mm-hmm. Even living in a car, it's time for you to surrender and to be okay with it. It's going to sound really crazy, but just be okay and surrender and say, okay, universe, I'm going to stop resisting where you have me currently, where I am currently in this moment. I'm going to stop resisting it, and I'm going to surrender, and I'm going to let you start driving, and I'm going to allow you, universe, to direct my journey. I'm going to allow you, universe, to drive. And I don't like it, maybe, and, you get a little struggle, little tug of war. But ultimately, my dear Lena, it really is about surrendering to uncertainty. Because when you surrender, you start feeling better. It's scary. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, but we're not happy where we are right now, are we?
No. I'm used to having my own home.
Well, there you go. And there you go. And so the universe put you in this position, and this is another crazy thing, because the universe, these energies are really ass backwards. Everything that I don't want, that's what happens. And so you just said something. I'm used to having my own home. But what the universe does, and my left hand is up, that whatever is happening to me right now in this moment, including health issues, financial challenges, all of it is for my betterment, is for my growth and for my evolution. Everything. That's a fact. So can you change your perspective and look at it in a different way, that where you are right now is actually for your betterment?
I mean, it's hard, but I'll try. I mean, I'm just, it's not easy. I don't have my family with me, so it's been very, very stressful.
I understand that it's stressful. But, okay, let me give you another visual. Since we're talking about cars, you're in your car, but I want you to be in the back seat of your car. I want you to sit in the back seat of your car and let the universe drive. And let the universe drive you. And trust and surrender that the universe is driving the car. And this stressful thing, I know we are holding on to it. And the only time you're stressed is because, you're trying to grab the steering wheel. You're trying to grab it. You're trying to drive it. And this is, I don't know why, I can't explain why the universe works like this in my life. But my dear Lena, listen, I was in 2007, my mother disinherited me. My father was still alive, but he was, in a mental state where he couldn't, he would have never done it. He was in a mental state where he couldn't have done anything about it. She actually got him to sign the papers to disinherit me. Now, it took me, and for 5 years I didn't see her. My father died in 2008. Now, do you think that I thought that being disinherited was a good thing? Hell no. Do you think that I could accept and forgive her and come around and love her and accept her and be okay with being disinherited and surrender to that? I mean, did you think that was a good plan? Hell, I didn't think it was I thought it was excuse my language, I thought it was pretty fucked up. But that's what happened. And I can look and tell you right now in 2014 that it was the best thing that happened to me. But you couldn't have told me that in 2007 or 2008 or 2009 or 2010. I'm just sharing with you how the universe works.
Right.
I can feel you, and I know that you know all of this, and it's just holding on. Let's get back to the job, because you asked me that question too, because that's a lot that I shared with you, but I really want you to digest it, because you have this job, and you said you don't know if you're going to keep it, or you don't know anything about it, but I want you to start just asking the universe for this, not for a new job or not for a new place to live or not for some different circumstances, but ask the universe to help you. How do I trust more, universe? How do I surrender more, universe? Teach me how to give up resisting. Universe, how do I allow my life to unfold the way you see it, not the way that I want it? How does that happen? How do I get to that place, universe? And ask the universe that every morning and every night. How do I learn how to surrender more? How do I learn how to trust more? How do I learn how to live with uncertainty and be at peace? That's what I'd like you to start doing, my dear Lena.
Okay.
So let me hear you, because I gave you those words, and let me hear you say it back, if you don't mind, me being a little bossy and pushy.
What do you want me to say back? I surrender?
Yes, ask how do I learn how to surrender? How do I learn how to surrender more? How do I learn how to trust? How can I trust more? How can I surrender more? How can I be okay with uncertainty? How can I be okay and at peace and happy with where I am?
How can I be okay or at peace with where I am now?
Yes. You know, just you saying it, I'm not saying that you are buying this hook, line, and sinker, because I can feel a little bit resistance, but I definitely can feel that you want peace, and you want to feel good, and you want to be happy. I can definitely feel that. And all you do is ask the universe how to surrender. How do I? How? And you always get answered. You are always answered. You feel a little shift, don't you?
Yeah. I'll make an affirmation about that. I've been making affirmations for the past week.
Have you been making affirmations about surrendering?
No, I've just been making about peace, about serenity, abundance. Just trying to bring more peace, harmony, and abundance in my life. So I've been making affirmations about those things.
I like it. I feel your energy just shifting just on this call. I mean, you're falling into surrendering. You're falling into it. You're leaning into it. I would really like you to call me back, but I really want you just to focus on surrendering and trusting and knowing, regardless of appearances, that what you're going through right now is going to be for your betterment. What you're going through, in other words, what I'd like you to do is just kind of shift your perspective. You know, there's 360 ways we can change our perspective in each moment. I say 360 because 360 is a full circle. And I remember a woman called me a while ago, and she was complaining about her job and how it was an hour and a half. She actually had to drive an hour and a half away, and she didn't like the drive. And she said it was her dream job, but why is it an hour and a half away? And I said, is there a way that you can look at the same job and the drive that's an hour and a half with a different perspective? Is there another way you can look at it? And then she said, she actually thought for a long time, and she said, well, I can meditate while I'm driving for an hour and a half. I have that time to be alone and to be, connect with the universe. And I said, that's another perspective. That's a good perspective. It's a different way that's going to make you feel better. And then she said, I can contact people that I've gotten out of touch with. I can contact people. And I said, that's a good perspective. And then she said, I said, is there anything else? And she said, well, I can share what I've learned about changing my perspective and changing your perspective to a way of looking at it that's going to make you feel good as opposed to make you feel not, the opposite of feeling good.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's all about our perspective, and we can change it in an instant. We do have control over that. We don't have control over what happens to us I don't have control over what happens to me, but I definitely have control over my perspective.
Okay.
I love your call. I love your call. And honestly, your life is going to get easier. Trust me, it's going to get easier with a different perspective and you surrendering. I know it. I can feel that. I can't feel what's going to happen to you tomorrow, but I can feel that you're going to be feeling differently about what happens to you tomorrow. Okay, my dear?
Thank you.
Thank you. What a great call. What a great person. You know, I'm just feeling chills from that, from Leanna. I'm feeling Lena, feeling so many chills. And then I have a question in the chat. And the question is, let's see, my husband's brother was killed 4 days ago. Can you pick up on why? And will they be caught? Can you pick up on why and will they be caught? That's a question that I'm going to have to say the universe has that answer. I am a physical form of the universe, but the universe has that answer. Why was your husband's brother killed 4 days ago? This is going to sound really, really crazy, but it's the same thing that happens with, Robin Williams committed suicide. Why? The question, the answer to all questions that begin with why. This is the answer to all questions that begin with why. And the answer is because everything is in order. Everything is happening for a perfect reason. Things that happen are not personal. Nothing happens that is personal. It is a universal plan. It is a universal design. It is a universal control. The universe controls it all. And regardless of whether or not they are going to be caught or not, that's also in the hands of the universe. I don't have control over what happens to me. Neither does anyone else. But I do have an answer for this, is that whatever happens to you and your family, my dear loving Cal son, whatever happens, it's going to sound crazy, is for your growth and for your evolution and for your betterment. For your growth, for your evolution, and for your betterment. This universe is in order, whether we, with our human minds and our human eyes, can realize it and understand it or not. But everything that happens, including the tsunamis, including the tornadoes, including the hurricanes, including the earthquakes, including everything that happens, everything is in order. Now you either roll with it, you allow it, you resist it, you trust it, you don't like it, you accept it. It's all your choice. We do have free will to accept and to allow the bigger plan, quite frankly, the best plan. And that's my answer. Woo, what a great show. What a great show. You've been listening to Reality Spirituality. My website is RebeccaNorrington.com. My latest book, Reality Spirituality, The Truth About Happiness, is $19.95, free shipping in the USA. Go to my website at Rebecca Norrington, that's RebeccaNorrington.com. And if you like the show, go to Facebook and like Reality Spirituality. This show is heard every Saturday and Sunday a.m. at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And until tomorrow, my dear audience, remember, you cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. You cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. You are a physical extension of the universe. You're always evolving, you're always changing, and you're always growing. Love is patient, and love is kind. Be patient and be kind to yourself. Be your own best friend. I will chat with you again tomorrow. You've been listening to Reality Spirituality.
Yeah. Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Reality Spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one. Reality Spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Reality Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Reality Spirituality. Oh, now we get real. Reality Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get down. Reality Spirituality. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Get real good.